Sorry. Okay. All right. Come on. I think I knocked that thing. Okay, my apologies. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Boundaries Orthopedic Clinic. Hang on one second, YouTube. My apologies. I screwed up. I canceled the I canceled the Facebook video. That's my bad. What number are we today? Episode what? Sorry, YouTube. Y'all deserve better than me screwing up and sit and watch this every week. Episode 1740. Okay. Sorry. I promise to talk about Sean Payton and Tom Brady. One second. Almost done, y'all. Thank you for your patience. Okay, and go live. Boom. Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Boundaries Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. Restored Motions, which, by the way, Erica, as we speak, is on her way to go see Crystal Poche. Erica's running late because Erica runs late. I had an 8:30 appointment and just walked out the door. So anyway, but she's going to Restored Motions. Erica threw out her back the other day, so finally got her in to see Crystal, who stays pretty booked up, man. And ProCharge EV. All right, let's see. Appreciate y'all for being here. We'll say some good morning. So, yeah, Sean Payton. So Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk had the report about there being a growing number of people around the league. Well, they said the way he phrased it was the worst kept secret in the NFL is Sean Payton and Tom Brady wanting to unite in some way. They tried to do it last year, right? They tried to do it last year in Miami. Let's see. One of the worst, I'm reading here from Pro Football Talk, one of the worst kept secrets in league circles is Brady and Payton uniting in 2023 and then possibly in New Orleans, but he puts parenthetically, or anywhere, remains an unknown. So, I'll go back to what Jeff Duncan wrote about a few weeks ago, and he was right, which is Sean Payton isn't necessarily looking for a place that only has a starting quarterback or a settled quarterback spot, but looking for good leadership, and of course said he would prefer to be, prefer to be warm weather. That's why a lot of people looked at the LA teams or looked at Arizona, Miami, but now the Chargers are in the playoffs. Dolphins a little uncertain now with Tua. Arizona certainly looks like that job is going to be open. But what about the Rams, which we've talked about here? So, but I think the point Jeff Duncan made a couple weeks ago when he wrote that column was, look, Sean Payton is going to go where there is stable leadership and the organization has the opportunity to win. Not that because he's a quarterback we figure out roster, you can make that, but do you have the structure organizationally the leadership to win, and not every franchise does. Washington does not. Um, Detroit does not. Cleveland does not. I mean, those Denver does. New England does. The Saints do. The Niners. A lot of the Rams. A lot of those organizations do. Um, so I think that's what maybe Sean Payton is more looking at. The question remains: would the Saints fire Dennis Allen? And my only point would be, in the same way that if you had a quarterback who you had under contract, but you had an opportunity to add Tom Brady, you do it. I'd say the same about your head coach. I don't care. I don't care if you don't want to fire a coach after 1 year or if Dennis Allen's been around the franchise. I don't care. It's a meritocracy. And if you have a chance to bring in a better coach, one of the best coaches in the game, you 100% do it without thought, hesitation, or anything of the sort. So it's not, well, we could bring in Sean Payton and Tom Brady for a year, but we'd have to fire Dennis Allen, and it's only been a year. We kind of like to give him a shot to make. No. What do we say? The Saints have been in perpetual win now mode for how long? Is there any greater sign of perpetual win now mode than bringing in Sean Payton, firing Dennis Allen after a year to bring in Sean Payton along with Tom Brady, 46-year-old Tom Brady? Do it. Lucy B, good morning. Damon Perkins, Nicholas Cantrell, Josh Higginbotham, having a chat this morning about Payton. What's the asking price, do you think? So that has been a pretty hotly debated topic because you look for precedent, right? And if you look back at the one that I always bring up is the John Gruden trade when they traded him from Oakland to Tampa Bay. And I think that was, all right, here you go. That was 2 1s, 2 2s, and $8 million, 4 picks. Tampa sent Oakland 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and $8 million for John Gruden. Now, the Saints are not going to get anywhere near that for Sean Payton. And a big part of it is Gruden was coaching then, Payton's out of coaching. And the longer it goes, because remember, the Saints only have his rights for 2 more years, so the less so his market value decreases the closer he gets to being sort of a free agent again. And then it depends who you're doing a deal with. I've heard I've read just from people who cover the league that you're probably looking more like a second-round pick or maybe like a 2 and a 3. Don't necessarily know that a first-rounder will come into play, and then depending who you're doing a deal with, it certainly wouldn't. Look at the Rams, for example. The Rams don't have a first-round pick because of the deal they did to acquire Matt Stafford from Detroit. Denver doesn't have a first-round pick because of the deal they did to acquire Russell Wilson. So it kind of matters also who you're talking about doing a deal with. Larry Gardner, Jesse Brown, Bubba Tatum, Devin Kelly, what's up? Hunter Broadhead, Brady Smith, Jason H., Stephen Miller, good morning. Just left the friendly confines of Santa Maria. Okay, good morning, dude. Good morning. Swinging the sticks, what you got going this morning, man? Guy Brooks, good morning. Hope you're enjoying your time off the AFR with your family. Thank you, Guy. I am. Good to have some downtime. Drew and I just kind of bebopped around town. Erica hurt her back. She slipped a disc on Friday and has been pretty incapacitated the past few days. So she's mostly been just trying to lay low and get that thing healed up. But yeah, man, it's been good to just have some relaxation time, watch some football, and not working. So yeah, it's been good. Weston Weaver, morning, Matt. You inspired me heading to the gym this morning. Okay. There you go, dude. Get it, man. Get it. Don't wait till the new year. Get it. I'll be back tomorrow and Friday. Jesse Brown, Truax, what's up? Kenneth Smither, good morning. Is it spring yet? Needing some warm weather. I'm with you, man. Brant Roban, Shane, big fella, what's going on? Negative 30 wind chill a few days ago. Playing golf tomorrow in shorts at 60. Knoxville has the craziest weather. Knoxville was negative 30? No way. Knoxville, Tennessee was negative 30? Oh. Kelly Groves, Tony Williams, Dale Broussard, what's going on? Crypto bear market ending soon? Nope. Dale, crypto bear market, you would look to start coming out of it in 2024 and your parabolic kaboom in 2025. Every 4 years, dude. 4-year cycles. So accumulate. This is the accumulation phase. Pick the projects that you're committed to and accumulate. I dollar cost average several tokens. So basically, it's just set on auto buy small ones. So that way you're not trying to time the market. You're buying I'm buying every day, small amounts every day. So you're getting in at good prices. That's your dollar cost averaging. Brian Arsenault, what's going on? Let's see, Patrick Cason. Let's see, with the Saints always trading their future first round picks, when will they be able to draft a first round pick again? So they don't always trade them, Brian. Look, they had 2 first rounders this year. They had a first rounder last year, took Payton Turner. You had Penning and Olave this year, Payton Turner last year. The last time they didn't have a first rounder was after they drafted Davenport, right? Because they go up the next year's one. So was that 18? Because in 17 they took Lattimore Ramchick. Yeah. So then 18 they took Davenport. 19 their first pick was the second rounder, which they took Eric McCoy. Then 20 they took Cesar Ruiz in round 1. And then 21 they took Payton Turner. And then this year they took Olave and Penning. And they just want to have one next year. So they just don't have a first rounder for next year. That could change with the Payton trade. Ben Talbot, Breezy Bro, Dale Broussard, 70 degrees on the golf course this afternoon. Heck yeah, dude. Go get it, Dale. Good for you, man. Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Jeff Richmond, Jamie Campbell, what's going on? Where are we? Let's see. Stephen Miller did the morning digging with Arkansas basketball. Appears they have another starter that won't play tonight due to a knee issue and load management. Load management is weird to hear in college basketball. So Stephen texted last night, and the spread for LSU Arkansas today is 5, which is stunning. It's actually, I'm looking at it here now, it's down to 4. It's down to 4. Oh my God. Okay, maybe this will be a more competitive game than I thought. But my goodness, Arkansas is ranked 9th in the country. They're 11-1. They've actually gone through a bit of a meat grinder. They played Louisville. They played ranked Creighton. They played ranked San Diego State. They played Oklahoma. They've got some meat on the bone. Their only loss was the loss in Maui to Creighton. That was 90-87. So LSU opens up conference play tonight. I am stunned to see that line as short as it is, quite honestly. Okay. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Kenneth, really think Tom Brady needs to retire. So I don't think Tom Brady's going to retire. I obviously don't have any insight into it, but Tom Brady has certainly not been great this year, but he is also fourth in the NFL in passing yardage. You know that? Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Brady, Cousins. The the most gigantic problem that Tampa has is what we talked about before the season, is their offensive line. And then aging players on the outside. Talked about this in the offseason. Again, I don't get much right, but I got that right. So, like, you can't lose. Ryan Jensen lost to injury. Alex Kappa left in free agency. Ali Marpet retired. The guy who replaced Marpet at guard got hurt in training camp. Was done for the year. So, basically on a third-team guard, a backup center, a backup guard. I mean, they just... And then Donovan Smith, their left tackle, is one of the worst left tackles in the league. So, Brady has no offensive line, which has really limited their running game. And then no Antonio Brown. Chris Godwin was coming off a torn ACL. Russell Gage has been hurt this year. You know, Gronk retired. Kyle Rudolph had the worst year of his career last year. Julio Jones, same thing. So, like, that offense just isn't good. There's a lot of names you recognize. They're just not very good. You put Tom Brady behind a capable offensive line with any semblance of a running game, and I think they're good again. Their defense is great. The problem, it's almost like those years in New Orleans where the defense was terrible and Breeze had to throw 40 times a game to play catch up or keep up. So I think, you know, Brady, just a huge part of the issues this year have been terrible offensive line, no running game. Like, look, his completion percentage. Where is it? I mean, he's 13th in the NFL, but he's completing 66% of his passes. He's thrown for 4,178 yards, 21 touchdowns, 9 picks. It's not terrible. I'm not telling you it's all pro. I'm telling you it's not as bad as we may think, and a lot of it has to do with the supporting cast or lack thereof. Nicole Laverde, good morning. Daryl Fontenot, what's going up? Have you tried the Mellick whiskey? JT Mellick, I have, yes. David Tolson, looking forward to how the Tigers perform in conference play. Oh, David, man, I'm a little leery, dude. And it's here, and we've talked about it for a while now. Look, LSU's 11-1, but they are. I haven't looked at the updated net since I've been off. So hang on, let me look it up. LSU's 81st in the net. Okay, remember the net ranking replaced the RPI. So 81st, you're 11-1. Okay. By contrast, Arkansas, also 11-1, is 10th in the net. Okay. That's because they played 3 quad 1 opponents, 1 quad 2 opponent, 3 quad 3 opponents, and 5 quad 4 opponents. LSU, meanwhile, has played 1 quad 1 opponent, that's their loss, 1 quad 2 opponent, 1 quad 3 opponent, and 9 quad 4 opponents. I get why, again, I'm going to say it again, I get why they did it. Matt McMahon had to replace literally all of his scholarship players. Literally all of them. Or at least re-recruit some of them, because he was down to 0 scholarship players about 2 weeks after he took the job. So he had to load up a schedule with games that were winnable so his team could have some modicum of success in the pre-conference so he could figure out what they were. Um, the but that's all over now. Like, that's over. You look at LSU's schedule now to start conference play, and it is heinous. Again, the good thing is it's your last 7 games are very winnable. But until you get to those last 7, you start against number 9 Arkansas, at Kentucky, at A&M, which is winnable, but it's still a road game in the league. Home against Florida, again, winnable, but they're a good team. At number 8 Bama, home against number 20 Auburn, home against number 7 Tennessee, at number 9 Arkansas. You get Texas Tech at home. You're at Missouri, which they're not very good, but that's still a road game in the conference. And then you're home against 8th ranked Bama and at 21st ranked Mississippi State. Y'all, like, that's brutal. I mean, all but 3 of those games are against ranked opponents. I mean, I don't know, and 2 of them are on the road. The only home game you have against an unranked opponent is Florida, who's probably the best of those unranked teams you're going to play. So, man, like, can you scratch out 2 wins? I hope. But then the final 7, you get A&M at home. They're not good. You're at Georgia, who's terrible. You're home against South Carolina, who's not good. You're home against Vanderbilt, who's the worst team in the league. You're at Ole Miss, who maybe they might have fired Kermit Davis by that point. You're home against Missouri, and then you're at Florida. I mean, the final 7 games of conference play are manageable if you can get there without just completely disintegrating. But I'm not expecting much tonight. If they look, maybe they shock us all, elevate their play, and play incredibly well. I'm just not really banking on it. But we are going tonight, though. Jody Leonard, Saints have nothing to lose at this point. Susan Benson has money. Susan Benson? Gail Benson? Brady and Payton, best duo. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Who that? I would argue desperate times call for a more measured approach. Like, if you were desperate financially, you wouldn't make desperate moves. You wouldn't go rob a bank. You would try to have a more measured approach for long-term success. So I don't really like the whole desperate times call for desperate measures thing. I guess it depends what you're talking about. Let's see. Andrew Elliott, Denver does have first round pick. That's right, they do, but it's like the end of round 1. It's number, hang on. They don't have their first round pick. They have number, according to Tankathon right now, it would be pick number 26. So they have San Francisco's pick, which would be pick 26 right now. Still first rounder. Probably roughly 10 spots ahead of where you're going to pick in round 2. So there's some merit there. Tyler Collins, just started my 700-mile drive for today. Any chance to hear the HUDCO jingle to set the mood for the day? 700 miles? Where are you going, Tyler? My goodness. But yes, here you go.
HUDCO Roofing! HUDCO Roofing! When you need a roof, call someone you know. My Scone Interior.
All you need is HUDCO.
HUDCO Roofing! Call HUDCO Roofing!
364.
1007!
HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. By the way, if you check our social media, there is a post today of an apartment complex we are re-roofing in Lafayette. So reminder, all y'all in the 337, we got y'all. Boots on the ground, crews doing work every day in the 337. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. All right. Brian Wynn, good morning. St. Taurus, good morning. Back from sunny Puerto Vallarta into frigid Atlanta. Ooh. Bundle up. Ryan Pike, LSU covers, yeah? Are you talking about football or basketball? Let's see. Steven, I wish I was over there for play. Oh, I had to check out a job site. Got it. Oh, you're talking about it in Santa Maria. Yeah, man, it's pretty morning, man. Pretty morning. Hopefully we have a good day today, right? Let's see, Brent, temperature was like 2 degrees. Felt like temp was around minus 30. That's bizarre. Ugh. Brody Dupree, if Loomis keeps Dennis Allen over landing Brady and Payton, then there has to be some hard conversations about his job. Well, keep in mind, Brody, I don't think any of that's going to happen without the blessing of Mrs. Benson, right? So that's the kind of thing where if there is a disagreement and the GM gets his way, then the GM is basically putting his job on the line. But Mrs. Benson is loyal to Mickey and Dennis Lauscha. I mean, obviously, we all know like they're part of the succession plan for the Saints as well. So I don't think Mickey Loomis is going anywhere, y'all. Trey Guy, good morning. Hope E-Rock is feeling better. Saw Derek Davis will play in the bowl game. Is that perhaps a sign he will draw from the portal? Yeah, that's a really bizarre story. So Derek Davis, who remember played came in running back safety, played safety in a backup role against UAB. They needed running backs. He played running back, played well, but that was his 4th game played this year. So they shut him down to maintain his redshirt year. Well, he's one of 3 guys that have only played in 4 games. So under the new rule, could play in the bowl game and maintain a redshirt year. So it's Quincy Wiggins, Derek Davis, and Chris Hilton are the 3 that played in 4 games and could play. Now, Wiggins, I'm assuming he's going to play. Davis had entered the portal, and Chris Hilton had shoulder surgery, so he was shut down physically. Yeah, so Davis traveled with the team, and I would absolutely assume that means that he might be back with the team next year. I don't know if that's decided, and again, I'm not working this week, so I'm not like calling around trying to find out. But I would absolutely assume that there's a chance he could return. And I don't know why, if you're the Saints or if you're LSU, you wouldn't want that. I mean, of course you would want Derek Davis back. Who do you like in today's bowl game? So Otter's early picks are in. Otter, by the way, 3-1 yesterday. The only loss was on Georgia Southern. Had the under in the nightcap. So Otter, I needed to check the number, but I believe that makes him 14-4 against the spread this bowl season. Otter has been in fuego in these bowl games, man. But his early plays today are Duke and Kansas. So if you're looking at the slate, all right, let's see. I'm gonna get you times. Hang on, let me get you kickoff times for today. So there we go. Okay, so you got 4 games today. 1 o'clock, you have UCF and Duke in the Military Bowl. Otter's got Duke. At 4:30, you got Kansas, Arkansas in the Liberty Bowl. Otter's got Kansas. And then 2 games tonight, Oregon against North Carolina in the Holiday Bowl and Texas Tech Ole Miss in the Texas Bowl. Otter will give those picks during Otter Locks on AFR today, so make sure you're tuned in at the end of AFR for those picks. But I'll go ahead and tweet the early picks. And if he gives them to me, if he gives me the night picks, I'll tweet those as well. But yeah, so Duke, Kansas, and then he'll give out the night games later. So 3-1 day yesterday, man. He had Georgia Southern, which lost. He hit with Memphis, which blew out Utah State. Hit with East Carolina, which blew out Coastal, and had the under in Wisconsin, Oklahoma State. So 3-1 day for the Otter yesterday. And fuego, man. I'm telling you, he has crushed this bowl season. All right, let's see. David, you mentioned a bourbon from Colorado last week in the $50 to $60 range. Do you remember off the top of your head what it was? Absolutely. It was Old Elk. It's that one right there. Now this is the wheat whiskey, but this is the label for Old Elk. Old Elk. Right. Lee Manning, good morning, Matt. Sick dance moves as usual. It's all on account of the shoes. Yesterday, y'all, I went to a sneaker politics. Had to go check out some kicks. I'm getting into the sneaker culture. Had a long conversation with Terrio yesterday, who he himself is a sneakerhead. So getting into it. Tony Cortello, what are the numbers for total entries into the portal? Those that actually transferred into another school. Are you talking about just from LSU or total in college football? And I don't know that, and we won't know that until next season, quite honestly, because a lot of guys are in the portal and may not have a landing spot until. Because remember, you can make your announcement about where you're transferring at any point. You just have to enter the portal in the 45-day window between, from December, whatever date it was, to January 20th, and then there's another shorter window after spring football. Charlie Gale, good morning. All right. Y'all smash that like button if you would. 140 watching on YouTube. Appreciate that. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. Eric Bertrand, what's up? Guy Brooks. Yeah, back problems are not fun. Julia Kaolelapono, good morning. Irfan Sayad, USMC Mike, Brant Roban. I don't get the disappointment with some fans about Daniels returning. Look at what other quarterbacks did with another year. That's been the point all along, man. Steven, I don't see LSU staying within single digits tonight. I'm with you. I've watched enough of this LSU basketball team. I mean, they look. The thing I'll say to LSU's credit is this. They've played a lot of bad teams, and they've played a lot of bad teams close, but they've managed to win those games. Like, they ultimately make the plays late to seal games. And that's a really good sign of resilience and all that sort of stuff, and good coaching. But what happens whenever you're running against the top 10 team in the country like you're going to do tonight? That's a problem. So I'm with you. Alex Day, good morning, Matt. Got a Penelope toasted barrel strength. It was delicious. Yeah, man, Penelope did a good job with their toasted barrels. Joseph Feltwell, how can we pay Brady with our current cap situation? Does Coach count against the cap? Coach does not count against the cap. Hi! After Dad's show, we're going to get dressed. And we're going to go for Ryan Dad's car. Two? Yeah. Who are we going to see? Barbara. Then we'll go to Drew's house. And wear your backpack. And Daddy and Drew can go gallivant all over town. We'll gallivant all over town, you and me. What do you think about that? Maybe we'll come home, watch some bowl games. You want to go to the park? And then, what do you think we're going to do tonight? I told you. Where are we going tonight? Where are we going tonight? We're going to go have dinner with JJ and Uncle Jeff and Olivia and Sophia, and then go to the basketball game and go watch LSU. Yep, and then tomorrow's Thursday. Good job. All right. Okay. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi, Dad Show?
No.
Say hi, Dad Show.
Hi, Dad Show.
Well, that was really sweet.
No.
That was sweet. I love you. Love you, my boy. All right. Brandon Tilley, first time catching Morning Scone live. All right. Welcome in, Brandon Tilley. It only took you 1,740 episodes. I tease. But thank you for being here. We appreciate it. So Joseph Feltwell said, how can you pay Brady? You can always structure it in a way to pay him, right? So you could give him a 1-year deal that has 3 voidable years on the back. You could always, convert salary to signing bonus and spread that out over years. There's ways to do that. That's the least of your concerns. You make that work. And then if that does happen, the other truth is, Brady is a Pied Piper, just like he got Fournette to Tampa and
No.
a lot of other guys. Dudes will follow. They'll follow because he's Tom Brady. Tony Fournier. Morning, Matt. Do we have a chance against the Eagles? How effective will Jalen Hurts be? Have they announced if Hurts is playing yet? Because I'll tell you this. First of all, watching the Eagles give up 40 points to Dallas was eye-opening. That's one. Two, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You want to get down? You can get down. Okay. Oh, you want me to hold you? Okay. What? Okay. I know what you were doing. Okay. He got his daddy's hair. Hi. What were we talking? Oh, Eagles. Yeah. So, but then offensively, look, the Saints struggle with running quarterbacks. Period. We've just seen that in this era. They name the running quarterback they faced. They struggle with that guy. So they lost Jalen Hurts up in Philly. I don't like facing Hurts. I'd much rather face Gardner Minshew. And maybe you get Lattimore back this week. We'll see. Hat? Thank you. Let's see, Ryan Pike, if I'm not mistaken, he's the least sacked quarterback. Without O-line, that stat would wholly be because of... Yes, Brady. Well, go look at the targets to Leonard Fournette. I think Leonard Fournette is the most targeted player in the NFL because Brady's got to get rid of the ball quickly, so he throws to his running back a ton. Cliff Nelson, anytime you throw 4,000 yards, your touchdown interception ratio is better than 2-1. That's outstanding. Brady's not the issue. He's not the problem, certainly. He's not what he was, as you would expect at 45, but he is trying to make chicken salad out of a chicken bleep. Shane Carver, what's your ideal situation for next year in terms of Saints head coach, offense coordinator, quarterback? Ideal situation or realistic situation? Ideal, Sean Payton comes back. You get Joe Burrow in a trade. I mean, but that's not going to happen, right? So you look at realistic. I just don't know that they're going to fire Dennis Allen. If they can get Sean Payton, just having Payton in place to figure out everything else, I'm good with. Whoever the quarterback would be. If you're retaining Dennis Allen, then you've got to move on from Pete Carmichael. Brandon Day is the guy I love seeing lose the most playing for the team. I love seeing win the most. Hey, no, it's your opportunity to finally cheer for Brady. Think of it that way. Kyle Milliken, Matt, do you think with New Orleans being the closest proximity to Tampa, will it be the best for Brady due to his kids being in Tampa? I don't know if his kids are in Tampa with Giselle. I don't know all that. And plus, there's airplanes. I don't know that necessarily is a factor. Look at this hair. Look at all this hair. Look at all that hair. St. Taurus, I just obliterated the like button. Cliff, any known instances of the like button fighting back? Not that I'm aware of, Cliff. Nothing more. Read Rule, morning, Scone, been out for a few days. Notice the Citrus Bowl depth chart. Terrence Welch not listed at cornerback or anywhere. Injured, transferred. No. Not injured or transferred. And I have not looked at the depth chart, quite honestly. Like I said, I'm on vacation. So that's certainly not helpful to all of you. My apologies. And I did even get the game notes email with the depth chart in it. Well, let me see. Let me just look at it real quick. I'll pull it up real quick. Oh, low flying plane. Let's see. Here we go. All right, my apologies. Thank you for your patience. Quarterback, right? Daniels, Nuss, Walker. Running back, Williams, Emery, Kane. Yeah, see, they're only listing 3 deep. That's why on those. Neighbors, Thomas, Kayshawn, Kyron, Ibieta, Evan Francione, Gregory Clayton. All right, tight end. Offensive line is intact. What? No, thank you. All right. Defensive line: Guillory, Wingo, Savion Jones. Makes sense. Quincy Wiggins, Bryce Langston, TyG Hill, Fitzgerald West. I'm surprised no Xavier Carter there, unless they list him at outside linebacker. Jack, projected starter, Harold Perkins. Next up, Mike Jones. Then Xavier Carter. That makes sense for Mike Jones. I remember Mike Jones was whoops, your arm slipped out. Hold on. Remember Mike Jones when he was at Clemson was that overhang linebacker. He played that Isaiah Simmons role at Clemson. So backpack. What, you want me to hold you? Okay. So Mike Jones there at Jack actually makes sense. Athletic dude on the edge, then Xavier Carter. Inside, Baskerville, Greg Penn, Tolan Weeks, Jones Small. Jared Small. Cornerback, Jay Ward, Jarek, Colby, 7. And LaTerrence is on there. LaTerrence Welch is on there. That makes sense. Obviously, with no Mekhi Garner playing, that bumps everybody up a seat. Yes, that makes sense. Scott Borch, good morning. Jody Leonard, do you and Drew have any matching Air Force Ones? No, but Jody, we were talking about that last night, that we need to get like Eric and I were talking about that we do need to get matching Air Force Ones. Drew's got 2 pair, I only have 1, and he has some pretty cool green ones that he wore yesterday. Mac McGuire, good morning. Sazerac Rise, my new favorite whiskey. Thanks for the recommendation. Jamie Campbell said, hi, Drew. Your backpack's beeping. Oh, let's take off your backpack. After that, Joe, we're going to get dressed and go for Ride Dad's car. You got it. Who are we going to see there? Who are we going to see? Barbara. She's going to be so excited to see you. Barbara hadn't seen you in so long. She's going to be so excited to see you. No. Let's see. Okay. We'll see you later. All right, smash that like button if you would. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. You need an orthopedist, go to Brock. You need a roof, call Hudco. Restored Motions, which is where Erica is today, getting her back worked on by the one and only Crystal Poche, restoredmotions.com. And ProCharge EV, Terrio's latest undertaking, ProCharge EV. I'll check it out. Electric vehicle charging stations for your home or your place of business. ProChargeEV.com. Cortland, SEC could start 0-4. Basketball, could be worse than that. Mickey Loomis wouldn't have a problem. Mickey Loomis wouldn't have a problem firing DA if Sean Payton wants to come back. Hope so. We'll see. Brand Roban, speaking of shoes, my wife got me a pair of On Cloud shoes, so comfortable and light. Erica got me a pair of On Clouds a couple years ago, and I hated them. Literally sent them back. I know everybody has them and loves them. Maybe just the pair I got, like the style or design I got. But 0-4 in bowl games, yeah. SEC could start 0-4 in bowl games. Good. Trivia Carter, good morning. Wendell Norman, Michael Tolliver. If Sean Payton and Tom Brady come to the Saints, would the Saints get more or less penalties? Sean Comiskey, if the spread on LSU Arkansas is 4, not sure where to bet that. Should have taken LSU to cover, Arkansas on the points. We know you would lay the points with Arkansas. It's Arkansas minus for you. Yeah, that's a stinky line, but I did bet it last night. I bet Arkansas. I can't believe that line is so short. Shane, big fella, Georgia or Ohio, TCU or Michigan, who wins? Yeah, I would go. I'm going Georgia, Michigan. Kind of going chalk there, and I think Georgia will beat Michigan again this time in the Natty. All right, I think we're just about done, y'all. Good show. Appreciate y'all for being here. Scott said if the Saints get a new head coach, they retain Dennis Allen for coordinator. Absolutely not. In no world would anybody who is fired stay on as a coordinator. No. The only time you ever see something like that is when an assistant is promoted to interim and then the new coach comes in and retains that person. But no, not at all. Bailey Bro, Matt, need a recommendation. Big Brother likes Buffalo Trace and Four Roses Single Barrel. Want to give him a bottle around 150 for his birthday. So here's the thing, Bailey. I would not recommend spending $150 because the only stuff that you'll find that's worth $150 is allocated. You're never going to find it on a shelf. So unless if you wanted to go pay secondary market prices for something really good, I wouldn't do that. If he likes Buffalo Trace and Four Roses, my recommendation, if you wanted to spend $150, would be to buy like three $50 bottles. So does he have? Is he just getting started, or does he have a big collection, or like are those the only bottles that he likes so far? Because again, I would not recommend spending $150 because nothing. If you go to a store and you see something on the shelf, it's $150. It's probably okay. He's just getting started. Okay, here's what I would recommend you do then. Get him 3 bottles at around $50 each that he will enjoy. Basically build his stash for him. I would recommend Old Elk, which is one we talked about earlier. I would go. All right. Here's what I would do. Get him Old Elk. Okay. That's going to run you around $50. Get him Jefferson's Reserve. Remember, it's Jefferson. There's Jefferson's, but then there's Jefferson's Reserve, and it's this very old, very small batch. Okay, so Jefferson's Reserve. That's another one. It's about $50. And get him a bottle of Angel's Envy. Get him an Angel's Envy. So get him those 3. All in, that'll run you probably around $150 or a little bit more. But if you just want to get 2, get the first 2 I mentioned. But that would be my recommendation, is get him, don't go get him a $150 bottle because you're not going to find anything on the shelf that's worth paying that for. It's going to be something that's overpriced just because of a story or something like that. So I would not recommend spending $150. Unless if you could find something allocated that's really good, but chances are even if you do, if he's just getting started, he's not going to appreciate an allocated whiskey. So get him the things that would kind of build his bar and let him continue to sort of develop his palate a little bit. You ever do those infinity bottles of bourbon? I've never done an infinity bottle. So for those that don't know, an infinity bottle is whenever you take about a 1 ounce pour of many different bottles that you have and pour them all in one bottle to see how it tastes. I've never done it. Oddly, but never done it. Okay, you think Tulane has a chance against USC? What's the spread? I think motivation is a huge part of those types of games. And Tulane will undeniably be motivated and pumped to play the game. USC, which lost its conference championship game and therein lost a chance at the playoff, probably not as jacked up. And that's an 11 a.m. I'm sorry, that's a noon Central Time kickoff on Monday. Noon Central. And Southern Cal is just a 2.5 point favorite in the game, which tells you a lot. Opt-outs, like Jordan Addison's not playing. So who's available, who's motivated to be there. Noon kickoff in the Cotton Bowl, yeah. I mean, Tulane's got a shot for sure. For sure they do. All right, I think we're done. Y'all have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll go get the boy dressed and get rolling on this day. All right. Remember, smash the like button on the way out if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Y'all have a phenomenal hump day. We'll see you. Peace.